Hey everyone, I'm going to be doing a commentary video today. I'm going to be talking about my field trip that my school had planned as a reward for fundraising. This fundraiser was just to raise money for the school in general because, the school's poor and they need us to get all their money for them. Alright, let's begin. For context, we had to go to this place, but we've gone to this place before, and it was pretty nice, laser tag, arcade, not bad, not bad, a couple things here, a couple things there, just enough to hold a little 6th grade me attention. My English is not good today. So the plan was for the school to provide free passes to this place because we raised a certain amount of money for the school. This was only for a select few of us that raised a certain amount of money. We all thought this was well and good until it was time for us to go. As we were getting ready to leave, something happened. A fire alarm was pulled. Here we go again. That meant that everyone had to evacuate to the field behind the school and sit in the rain for half an hour. Because, the weather of where I live is just that nice. Gotta love it. Quite the reward for giving the school free money, I'd say. What made this even worse was the fact that this was like the third time the fire alarm had been pulled this week, so everyone was getting tired of having to do this over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm being serious when I say that. Somebody thought it was just hilarious to keep pulling the alarm over and over and over. Oh, and there was no fire, in case that wasn't clear already. There weren't any of the times either, so we were just sitting out there in the rain, which was really bad. It was like getting salt in a wound and then getting curb stomped while you're down, alright? It's not fun. Feels bad, man. Anyway, we go back inside and all line up to get on the buses for our field trip. Nice, we're moving along. Takes about 20 minutes to load us all on the buses, but whatever, it's fine. There's still plenty of time left in the day. Apparently there isn't, because as soon as we got on the bus, a staff member dumps a bucket of turds on our heads by saying, since we were delayed by some buffoon pulling the alarm, you guys only get to spend half an hour at the laser tag place. Oh, and the bus ride totals about 5 hours. Enjoy! At that point, we just about lost it, alright? We raised all of this money for the school, and this was our reward for all that? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. This is our reward? But at that point, we were still all pretty optimistic. Yikes, I can't talk. Like, hopefully they were wrong with their estimate and we'll get there early. If only we knew. We get going, and me and the boys pull out our phones and watch some YouTube. Our train of thought was that while we waited for what would hopefully be a short trip, we would watch some of that good stuff. Like memes, Markiplier, and of course me, Addy Productions. Please sublol. Only the classics. We keep going and eventually make it through a whole series of something. I believe it was Markiplier's Try Not to Laugh Challenge series, which is like 20 episodes. So this puts into perspective how long we were on this bus ride. By this point, we realize we've been on the road for a while, so we look at our phone, and Jesus H. Christ, it's already 10:30. 10:30 in the morning, which might not sound late, but considering that school is over at 2:30 and school begins at 8, it's already been a while, alright? We've been on this bus for 2 hours. Suddenly, all hope of us actually enjoying ourselves pretty much vanished as we realized we had been robbed by a single small child and a fire alarm. At that point, we pretty much rode in silence, our fun trip absolutely destroyed. Another half an hour passes and we finally arrive at the place. 11 o'clock reads the time. We need to get back by 2:30. That means we have half an hour-ish to do stuff because the drive is so long. You'd think, oh, well, Cody, isn't that not too bad because it's still a field trip? Wrong. It's pain because that is literally time for one game of laser tag by the time you get in there, by the time you play the game, and by the time you get out. We were really eager to just try and make the most out of our half-hour trip, so we rushed to get in line for laser tag after getting our cards, which is basically how they identify everybody with the school there, and so that you can use the arcade games. Nice, makes sense. Alright. We run right to the line. We were practically first, so we were pretty confident that we'd be able to get in. Look at the clock. 20 minutes remain. At least at the time we're going to be there. The only round this will be, since there was so little time, luckily we were in the front of the line, like I said. We walk in, and the lights go dark. Luminescent lights line the walls, casting a green glow upon us as we walk to the briefing room. In here is an employee explains the rules. No running, nobody abided by this one. No climbing on things, understandable. And no covering your sensor, right, of course. Then they take us and the other players into the armory. Here we see the walls lined with laser guns and sensor vests. One wall red, one wall blue. Aw, yeah, here we go. Me and the boys rushed to pick up our red vests, slipped them on, and turned to our guns. 3 painful hours of bus ride have led to this. We walk out into the arena, and it was a labyrinth of cover, hidey holes, and windows to peek from. Above there's a catwalk with some additional space, giving the map some verticality. The only thing lighting the room are small lights here and there, and the luminescent stickers, like before. Bravo 6, going dark. The horn blares and we all run to the middle, in typical Call of Duty fashion. The rules were simple. If you were hit, you would be notified and your gun would deactivate briefly until you healed again. This lasted only a few seconds, and so you could pretty much shoot the guy that shot you almost immediately after you died. It was kind of broken, but it's whatever. You could be shot in the chest or the back, since we had sensors on our fronts and backs. So you can't really just hide somewhere and hope that your sensor isn't covered, because it's not. Your sensor is always open and is always in fire of the enemy. Alright. We had done this before. We'd been to this place, like I may have mentioned before, and we knew that whichever team controlled the bridge above controlled the game. A classic power position. Our team made it to the top, shouting orders and trying to coordinate our advance. As we'd moved, my breathing slowed and the Modern Warfare 2 theme started in my head. Where they at? I want something to shoot. My request was answered immediately when 2 enemy players advanced from cover and began to fire at me. Naturally, I ducked behind and returned fire. Within seconds, both of them were defeated, but they would soon respawn and come after me again. That whole respawning immediately thing gets kind of annoying here. I took up a new position in a corner on the bridge. There were some little buildings of cover on the bridge, and I hid in the corner of one of these. No, I was not up against the wall of the map. Here, I was ready to jump out and surprise those players, assuming that they would come for me, as I predicted. Eventually, one of them did come around the corner and was obliterated by my ambush. Things were going well, until they weren't. When on both sides of the bridge the enemy team made their assault, me and a few squad mates were surrounded. We had taken the position, but they had the numbers. One by one we fell, until finally I was hit. The enemy had taken the bridge. I went back to spawn to come again, but this time I decided to move through the maze, and hopefully catch some people off guard. It was like clean house all over again. Check every corner, check every hallway. I moved through the maze, making it to the other side. I decided to loop to the other side of the map and work my way back towards my base. When I got near the ramp leading up to the bridge, I was ambushed by 3 enemies on the ramp. I took one down, but then was hit myself. I needed a new tactic, since endlessly ramming into the enemy wasn't a choice. I didn't get to make that new plan, as the whistle blew signaling the ending of our match. Our team had won in a blowout fashion, as predicted, and I ranked decently high on the board, not number 1, L. Feeling good, I got to go back outside. Then I remember we had no goddamn time to do stuff and that the trip was over. This got the blood boiling a little bit. I mean, that really killed the mood for me, but regardless, we went back to the buses and began the long ride back. Yikes. We go home and tell everybody about how much it sucked, because it was 5 hours in a bus for not even an hour of laser tag. Thank everybody and good night. Alright, one thing I would like to say before I'm done with this video, if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I would like to get to 100 subs by the end of the year. I think it's a pretty doable target, as every full month that I've uploaded so far, I average about 20 or so. So, I think that I can do that by the end of December. Of course, if you guys are willing to help me get there. Discord server, link in the description. That'll be where I post updates, and you can just generally chat about me, give me video ideas. Please don't be a boomer and break all the rules on purpose, though. That wouldn't be very cash money of you. Not gonna lie. Alright, like I said, if you enjoyed this type of video, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. I got a few more planned of these, so hopefully you do like them. See you next time.